50 Cent just pulled off what many are calling the biggest scam in hip-hop history, tricking Rick Ross into buying fake life rights to Big Meech's story. While fans were already buzzing about Ross getting his hands on the BMF legacy, what nobody expected was that the documents he paid millions were fake, and that 50 Cent had orchestrated the entire thing like a puppet master playing his final card. Please do not forget to like this video, share, and subscribe to this channel if you want more updates like this. Thank you. Now, let's get back into the video. Let's break it down, because this is not your typical rap beef. This isn't just a diss track war or some Instagram trolling. This is deception, betrayal, mind games, and cold, hard business, all tied into one of the most high-stakes feuds we've seen in the hip-hop world. And guess what? It might be 50 Cent's most diabolical play yet. Now rewind the tape. We all know how 50 Cent changed the game when he dropped the BMF series on Stars. It wasn't just a show, it was a cultural phenomenon, based on the real-life story of Demetrius, Big Meech Flenory, and the Black Mafia family. The series catapulted the infamous drug kingpin into mainstream popularity. 50 Cent had gotten the rights to Big Meech's story directly from the man himself while he was serving time in federal prison. The two had built a bond. There was mutual respect. And above all, there was loyalty. Or so we thought. Fast forward to 2025, and all of a sudden Rick Ross, 50 Cent's long-standing rival, is making headlines saying he's producing a new BMF series. Fans were stunned. People were confused. How did Rosie get the rights? What happened between Meech and 50? Is this legit? At first, it looked like a massive betrayal. Rumors started swirling that Big Meech had gotten fed up with how 50 was handling things. Some said he was mad about the way the show portrayed his crew. Others claimed he was upset about money, saying he wasn't getting his fair cut. But what really lit the internet on fire was when Ross announced publicly that he'd acquired Meech's life rights for a staggering $120 million and had already begun filming his own BMF project. Headlines exploded. Rick Ross snatches BMF legacy from 50 Cent. Meech ditches 50 for Rosie. New BMF series to crush Stars version. Even Big Meech's tone in letters from prison seemed to suggest he had made a new alliance. It looked like 50 had been outmaneuvered, until everything unraveled in the most embarrassing way possible for Rick Ross. Here's what really went down. Behind the scenes, 50 Cent was already 5 steps ahead. What the public didn't know was that 50 still owned exclusive, legally binding rights to the BMF story. The contracts were airtight. The documents Ross thought here were fakes, expertly forged and pushed through using a phony intermediary claiming to represent Big Meech. According to inside sources, 50 knew Ross was sniffing around for an opportunity to outdo him, and he set the perfect trap. He allegedly worked with a team of legal decoys to draft fake life rights papers with forged signatures, old inmate correspondence, and stage approval letters, all of it designed to look real. He even used fake notaries and paper trails that held up long enough for Ross's team to wire the first chunk of cash. Rick Ross thought he had just outplayed 50 Cent. In reality, he had just bought a fantasy. It gets worse. Rick Ross, eager to dunk on 50, jumped the gun. He went public too fast. Started filming, leaked scripts, paid actors, brought in directors, even had a teaser trailer shot and ready. He was bragging about his version being raw, authentic, and real. He swore it would crush the watered-down TV drama that 50 Cent made. But behind the curtain, lawyers were already circling like sharks. 50 Cent sent a cease and desist directly to Ross's production company, dropping a legal bombshell that shocked the industry. The letter made it clear. Any and all attempt to profit off the BMF story without 50's authorization would result in a massive lawsuit, criminal charges for fraud, and an injunction that would bankrupt everyone involved. Ross's legal team scrambled. They tried to call Meech directly in prison, only to find out Meech had no idea what documents Ross had seen. It turns out the papers Ross had weren't signed by Meech at all. The entire deal had been manipulated by a fake rep, someone Ross assumed was legit, but who was actually planted. That's when it hit the media. Rick Ross duped in $120 million BMF hoax. 50 Cent outsmarts Rosie in ruthless legal scam. Big Meech denies ever selling life rights to Ross. Social media had a field day. Memes flooded the internet. One showed Ross holding fake papers while 50 laughed with cigar in his mouth. Another had the caption, "Bought a dream, got a nightmare." But 50 Cent wasn't done. In true troll king fashion, 50 took to Instagram and posted a photo of himself holding a folder labeled BMF Real Rights, not for Rosie. In the caption, he wrote, "If you're gonna try to steal from a king, at least make sure the crown is real. Dummy." Fans were eating it up. The post racked up millions of likes, and the comments section was a graveyard for Ross supporters. Even celebrities joined in, with Snoop Dogg commenting he got, and Charlemagne the God calling it the most legendary backfire in hip-hop history. Meanwhile, Rick Ross went silent. No posts, no statements. Just eerie quiet from someone who usually can't stay off the gram. But the damage was done. Production halted. Millions lost. Lawsuits filed. And most of all, Rick Ross was embarrassed on a global scale. And Big Meech? He reportedly wrote a new message from prison clarifying that the only person he ever trusted with his story was 50 Cent.